gonna get started with my moisturizer types of primers. I have 3, and I'm gonna start off with the Too Faced Hangover RX. This one is the most lightweight of the trio. Comes out like a lotion, but once you put it on your skin, it's almost just like water to your skin. It's very quickly absorbed. It does not leave any type of primed feeling on the skin. It just really instantly hydrates the skin, sinks in quickly, and keeps the skin nice and moist for makeup application. In terms of increasing the longevity of your makeup, it's not really gonna do much for you, but if you have dry skin and you just want a nice moisturized canvas before applying your makeup, I would highly recommend this one. It has a light coconut fragrance to it, so if you don't like coconut, this smells like coconut, you've been forewarned. But other than that, this is just kind of a nice lightweight primer that you can use before makeup application just to get your skin nice and moisturized, get things going. Next I wanted to talk about the Glossier priming moisturizer. I've been using this for almost 2 years now. I don't even know what number tube I'm on of this. I absolutely love this stuff. It is exactly as the name says, it is a priming moisturizer. This is rich and creamy, and it moisturizes the skin but also leaves it feeling primed and ready for makeup application. Because it makes the skin feel primed, it kind of has like, I don't want to turn you off and say that this feels silicone-y, but it leaves the skin feeling like the slightest amount of slip to it, so it helps with longevity of makeup. I do find that this makes my makeup last longer, especially when you build up a couple layers of this. The more you build of this on the skin, the more plump, the more bouncy your skin looks, the more healthy your skin looks. It's really unique. It's incredible. I would highly recommend. I think that even if you don't like using this on its own as a primer, it is a really great moisturizer. Every time I'm running low, I repurchase it. Absolutely love this, would highly recommend. Next up we have the Amani Perfect 10 Primer Serum. I talked about this in my September favorites about 2 months ago, and I can't rave about this primer enough. I've never seen anybody else talk about it. I want to share it with you guys because I genuinely think that this is incredible. It's so unique. I love it so much. It is just a really amazing primer if you have the driest of the dry skin like myself. I really think you will love this. When it comes out of the bottle, it seems pretty lightweight. You can move it around, but the more you work it into your skin, the thicker and stickier it gets. It's not a greasy type of sticky. It's just an ultra like balmy, hydrating feeling on the skin. It makes makeup stick to it so much better. Your skin looks visibly more plump. It's a really beautiful, unique primer. It's also vegan friendly, so if that's something that's really important to you, I would highly suggest checking this out. I don't own anything else from this brand, but I mean, all in all, you gotta try this primer, especially if you are super dry like me. This is hands down, without a doubt, the most hydrating facial primer I have ever used, and I love the way it makes my skin look and feel. Next up, I have 2 serum primers that are pretty much identical. To me, they perform identical. So we have the Tatcha Water Pore Perfecting Gel and then the NYX Honeydew Me Up. The major difference that I notice is that the Tatcha one has more of an even sheen of 23 karat gold, while the NYX one has gold flakes in it. So they are kind of like these chunky little gold pieces, but they both contain real gold. So if you're feeling bougie, you can go with one of these. These primers are good to use as a pre-priming step. So these aren't going to help with longevity, they're not going to be supremely hydrating, and they're not going to control oil on the face. But they're good for using to visibly brighten the skin and just kind of make the skin look all in all a little bit more healthy and a little bit more dewy. But they need to be used in conjunction with a primer that's going to target your skin's specific needs for the day. If you're somebody who doesn't even really like need primer, you just want something that's going to make your skin look a little bit more visibly brighter, I would definitely say check one of these out. If you just have normal skin, you're not oily, you're not dry, you just want something to put on your skin before makeup, I would say go with one of these because they do visibly brighten the skin and just make the skin look a lot more healthy, a little bit more dewy without being oily. Another really great primer for dry skin is the Vincent Longo Water Canvas Base. This one is so unique in the way that it changes in formulation the more that you buff it into the skin. It's another really unique formulation changing primer like the Imani one, but what this one does is it gets less and less viscous and it almost like turns into water on your skin the more you buff it in, which is crazy because when you squeeze this out, it looks like it's going to be some sort of silicone type primer, but it just is really lightweight and refreshing on the skin, and it leaves the skin feeling primed, and it does help with longevity of makeup, but it's just really ultra lightweight and nourishing and hydrating, and I would highly recommend this to those of you guys that have like dry skin that's not super dry, not super oily. You just want something that's gonna help your makeup stay on a little bit longer. I would highly recommend this one. Even if you guys have dry skin like myself, I do think that mattifying primers are good to have in your arsenal because they help control oils on the skin. So for myself, that would be like the T-zone, and because they help control the oils on your skin, they thus reduce the breakdown of makeup and the wearing away of makeup. So they're good to have and use in specific targeted areas. So I have quite a few to share with you guys. The first one is the Revlon Photo Ready Primer. This one is thick, moussey. It's kind of like got a whipped consistency to it. And I think that this one is hands down the best for helping with texture issues. So if you have large pores or uneven skin texture and you really want to kind of like even it out and fill in pores, lines, and things like that, this one is really great. It's lightweight, doesn't feel too heavy, helps increase the wear time of your makeup. It's amazing, controls the oils on your face. They all really control the oil on your face. The next one is the NYX Angel Veil. This one is, again, what I would personally consider a little bit more thick, but I don't think everybody would. This one does leave a slight white cast on the face, but this one is amazing for increasing the longevity of your makeup and helping your makeup from getting oily in certain spots, but not being too mattifying. Like, this does not really interfere with the foundation formulations or anything like that. So would highly recommend this one just for bumping up wear time. Smashbox Photo Finish Light. I absolutely adore this one. I'm not the biggest fan of the Smashbox Photo Finish original formulation, but it serves its purpose. This one is so much more hydrating and it just keeps your skin at a nice, pretty satin to dewy finish. It really helps increase the wear time of makeup. And even though this one is a little bit more mattifying, the formulation of it is more hydrating, so I'm comfortable using this all over my entire face, especially if I really want my makeup to stay pretty, like, not dewy, but I don't want it to get super oily. I want it to stay like more of a satin finish for all day long. Then this is a great one to use all over the face, and it's not going to feel like it's sucking the life out of your skin. And even though it's white, it does not leave a white cast on your face, whereas these two do kind of make your skin look a little bit whiter, which is fine once you put foundation on and everything like that. But if you're wearing something more lightweight, like a tinted moisturizer or something, they might not be your best friend, whereas this one does rub into the skin and is completely undetectable on the skin. Becca Evermatte Pore Perfector. This is some industrial stuff and I use it strictly on my nose. It makes your skin so matte. It sucks all the moisture out of your skin. If you have very oily skin, then this I would highly suggest, because I've never used anything quite like this. It comes out and once you start spreading it into the skin, it just dries and it's crazy, it's intense, but it keeps makeup on your skin. But it's not one that I would recommend using all over the entire face. I think this is a really great one to just use on the targeted super oily parts of your skin, or if you're going to be wearing makeup for a really long time, like you're going to do, I don't know, you're going to do something all day long and you want your makeup to last. This stuff. There is nothing else like this stuff. I do have two favorite illuminating primers, the Laura Mercier Radiance Primer and the Cover FX Illuminating Primer. These are different from traditional illuminators because they are primers. They do leave the skin feeling prepped and primed, ready for makeup application. They do increase the longevity of makeup application, whereas traditional illuminators do not. These are also really amazing for brightening dull areas on the skin, but they do not help control oils on the skin. So I would say keep these away from the spots where you tend to get a little bit more oily. The Laura Mercier one is a beautiful champagne golden sheen, and the Cover FX one is a little bit more of a true pearl color. These are really intense, so a little bit goes a long way. You can overdo it with these and they look gorgeous just peeking out from behind a foundation, just kind of giving you that really gorgeous ethereal glow. So would highly recommend these. I do also really love the Laura Mercier Hydrating Primer. This one is really hydrating on the skin, but does leave the skin feeling kind of slick and prepped in a silicone type of way. So it does help control oils on my skin, but it's still comfortable enough to where I can wear it all over the entire face and I don't feel like I'm wearing a mask. I don't feel like it's sucking the life out of my skin or anything like that. And yeah, it's just really nice and hydrating. It's kind of like a lotiony primer, almost as if you mixed the Toothpaste Hangover RX maybe with the Smashbox Photo Finish Original. So it's not hydrating in a greasy type of way, but it's hydrating in a way that immediately sinks into the skin and leaves your skin feeling a little bit more plump, supple, nice and soft. I do also really like the Skindinavia Makeup Primer Spray. This one is really nice. You just want to make sure you shake it up, and it has a nice ultra fine mist. as you guys can see. And this leaves the skin feeling really tacky and sticky and ready for makeup application. If you guys have ever used a sticky base coat by CND for your fingernails, this is like the facial primer version of that. It leaves your face feeling so sticky. Like you could press your fingers to your face and you'll feel how sticky this makes your skin. But the makeup just really clings to that and lasts all day. And what I like about this one is that the formulation of this does not interfere with the finish of your foundation. So it will stay true to the formulation of the foundation. This one is really great for super super increasing the longevity of your base makeup. And the newest primer that I've added to my favorites is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. I think that this would be the best for those of you that have any type of texture issue caused by dry skin. So patches, flakes, scaliness. I think that this is really going to be a beneficial product for you to use. It doesn't help your makeup last any longer, so you might have to use it in conjunction with another primer for any targeted specific needs that you have. But this is really, really great. It just makes your foundation glide over your skin and look so beautiful. It gives you a nice dewy finish. It's just a really great primer oil because it doesn't sit on your skin like a lot of times certain oils do. This one is really quickly absorbed and it doesn't leave you feeling too greasy or too oily, but it is an oil, so you can expect that it's going to be slightly oily, you know what I mean? But it's not overbearing and it doesn't leave you feeling gross or anything like that. So I've really been loving this one. I use a drop for each quadrant of the face, so one on the forehead, one on each cheek, one on the chin, blend it out with my fingers and really work it into the skin, and then go in with whatever I want afterwards. So yeah, I feel like I've been talking forever. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you have any questions about any of the primers, you can always hit me up in the comments down below. Hit me up in the comments down below just because I love talking to you guys so much. I'm also going to have my Snapchat, my Instagram, and my Twitter in the description box, as well as links to all of the products that I mentioned, as well as all the products that I'm wearing on my face right now, because a lot of times you guys ask about my lip color or eyeshadow color and everything like that, and if I'm not doing a tutorial, I always link it in the description box for you guys down below. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. I will see you in my next one. I already said that. I've been talking forever. Bye guys.